Thank you very much. Bridget Ryan does not have a very stressful job, as we saw today, but that's not necessarily the case for most Canadians. 62% say that they encounter stress as a result directly from the workplace, but we're looking towards addressing that. And Michelle Book in studio right now, a holistic nutritionist who's going to guide us on the path to trying to use our healthy tips to kind of get around this stress. Exactly. And that's not necessarily the first thing that comes to mind when people think, how can I combat stress at work, is through healthy eating and healthy living.
It's so true, which is why at the Canadian Health Food Association, we actually developed a natural guide to workplace wellness, which talks about some supplements, some foods, and different healthy, holistic habits that you can incorporate into your life to help manage some of the stress that a lot of us are actually faced with on a day-to-day basis.
Now, we've got quite the array of food and vitamin options here, so let's just dive right in to some of the more impactful ones that people can pick up and maybe kind of start feeling better about themselves in those stressful situations.
For sure, and probiotics are a great place to start. So we know fermented foods, I've got some kimchi up there, some kombucha, even a bar that has fermented ingredients. This is all really important to incorporate into our diet, because we know that probiotics play a big role in helping us manage stress and anxiety. There's a strong connection between our brain and our gut. So we want to make sure we're keeping these friendly gut bacteria in check by eating different fermented foods, or maybe even taking a probiotic supplement.
And obviously that's one part of the equation. Some of the other stuff over here looks really interesting too. Is this part of, I guess, more of a lifestyle change? Is this like a small sort of add-on to what we're trying to do in our regular lives? Or how are we best approaching incorporating this into our daily routine?
Well, when we're stressed on a daily basis, we want to be helping to manage that stress. So we know, thinking about nutrients, for example, B vitamins or magnesium, we can, when we're very chronically stressed, become easily depleted in these important nutrients. So making sure that we're getting enough, maybe through a B complex, or considering even a multivitamin or a green supplement, is a good way to help round out some of those deficiencies that can be developed, again, when we're under periods of prolonged stress.
So if you're starting from scratch, if you're diving into this kind of change from this aspect, where would be the starting point? I know you mentioned the probiotics are obviously a pretty big one.
Yeah, and I think, thinking about what you're eating throughout the day. So what kind of foods are you eating? There can be a big gap between breakfast and lunch and dinner. So what are some of those healthy snacks you're eating? And you can visit our website, CHFA.ca, type in your postal code, find your local health food store, where there's all kinds of great options for healthy snacks, like roasted chickpeas or coconut chips, things that are going to help you maintain that constant energy throughout the day that we really need, and avoid that sugar crash when we reach for those chocolate bars or cupcakes at 3 o'clock.
Well, I like this. You've basically supplied snacks for the entire Dinner Television staff for the rest of the week here. Real quickly, I did want to get to this. One thing that we do here at the station is we've got these stand-up desks, right? That's a kind of a concept to attempt, anyway, to establish this desker-size thing. But it's maybe not all that it's cracked up to be, is it? The notion of working out at work.
Well, it's really important. It actually helps us to manage stress.
Okay.
So we want to incorporate more exercise and movement into our day, whether that's having a standing desk, having one of those core chair balls that we can sit on, getting up at lunch, going for a walk, even having a standing meeting when we're all standing up is so important, because we know that sitting is the new smoking. So we want to be incorporating that exercise and movement into our day.
It's very interesting, because I suggested initially we sit down for this interview, and then I guess any other key tips that we've established, where to start on the food front, where to start on the exercise at work thing. Is there anything else, I guess, that comes to mind that can really kind of do a number on that stress that 2/3 of us are feeling on the job? Mindfulness
is actually really important. Focusing on what's actually happening right now. So whether that's setting an alarm on your computer to stop and take 3 deep breaths, having a nice cup of tea with some honey, or again, going outside for a walk, meditation is very important. We know that meditation helps to reduce anxiety and stress, and also improve creativity. So finding out how we can incorporate more mindfulness into our day is also going to help with managing that stress.
Well, there you go. I'd love for you to stick around to namaste with us a little longer, but unfortunately we have run out of time. If people want more information, where can they find it?
They can visit our website, the Canadian Health Food Association, CHFA.ca.
There you go. Thank you very much, Michelle, both for the advice and for stocking my kitchen cupboard. Much appreciated. Don't go too far. We've got